So a little bit about myself, and so I got trained into Ayurveda. So I think it was a hard way to get into it, but I feel it's my responsibility now to bring, to make it easy and to bring to everybody's home. So, and I'm so glad to have you today. And this is another step. And I could never imagine myself being a, good cook, or, I was always, whatever can be done very fast and healthy, just go for that. But I figured out that's not the way to go about food, because it's very important aspect of our lives. So I got trained into Ayurveda a few years ago. I work as a counselor. I help people with food and lifestyle. So the idea behind it, so if your food and lifestyle are okay and you are managing them well, maybe you can prevent a lot of imbalances which can cause to major, some serious diseases. So that's my take on that, that if we can just manage, because we are eating food, 3 times a day, if not three, then two definitely. And lifestyle, definitely, if we can incorporate something in our lifestyle, then it becomes habit, and they are all good things to follow. And it was part of our culture, I would say, about India, but Western influences came so, strongly, we all lost it. So my mom would say things, okay, do this, don't do that. And I would always ask her, why? And she did not have that much knowledge why. But now later I realized that those were so scientific. Everything, like, don't take shower after eating meal. And I would never follow it. But I remember I checked my blood pressure after taking a shower, and it came all haywire. That time I realized that why, what was the reason, because the whole the whatever we have, you call Agni or fire in our system, which is taking.
Oh, okay.
Can you please mute yourself? Somebody is unmuted, looks like. Is it okay if I make one of you host and you can take care of that? Yasha, I'm making you co-host. You can take care of these things. It's hard to look at the screen otherwise. Yeah.
Okay, sure. I'm on phone. It would work on phone, right? I would be able to
Yeah,
manage
you
it.
can. You
Okay,
can. Yeah. Thank you.
sounds good. Thank you.
So, and then I realized that the whole energy of the body is, which is concentrated on the digestion. When you take shower, it is going to maintain the body temperature. So the your digestion will be messed up. So just very simple logic, but it took time for me to realize that and accept it and follow. And I volunteer to teach meditation classes. It's a breath-based meditation we call Sudarshan Kriya, and I volunteer to teach it. And in my previous life, I was a software engineer, and that's how I feel it's my afterlife, and I'm very happy in my afterlife. And yeah, so let's get started. So this idea came to me. Yeah. Last month, around the same time, I was invited to design the food menu for more than 1,000 people. We had to serve 13 meals to the course participants who were doing the silence retreat, and there were kids too who were doing their courses, and some other courses were going on. And the person who's leading the whole initiative, he had seen me managing the food whenever we travel together. And he said, okay, you have some idea about food. Why don't you design the menu for the event? And I said, okay, I have been experimenting a lot in my daily life. So let me, use those ideas and try this thing out. So we had to manage, and it was like very different taste buds, but at the same time, you have to please everybody so that they have something to eat. And for kids, another challenge was to manage the kids. And with the kids teachers, the courses teachers, they did not want to feed kids like the stuff they love. pizzas or pastas or desserts. So it was a challenge, but I worked with the vendors here locally, and they were ready to use the recipes and ideas, and we served so many meals. We served meals to about 18,000 people. So the last day of the event was for 5,000 people, and I'm so grateful to them, to the vendors. They took my ideas, they used the recipes to make different things, and it turned out to be good. So that gave me the courage to be able to do this today with you all, share my learnings and experiments with you all. So, as Ayurveda states, these are the essential tastes to, for any food we are eating, a meal, I would say, we are eating. And they are, the tastes are that way that, okay, for Vata people, something are good, something are not bad. But what we are talking about today is balancing all those tastes in a meal so that it is appropriate for everybody. It's not something or okay, the Kapha person can eat only this or Vata person can only eat this. So these are the six tastes as you can see on the screen. Sweet, and we all think sweet is only sugar, but it's not the case. As you can see, basil is sweet, dates are sweet, that we all know, but grains are also sweet. Rice is sweet, wheat is sweet. So when we say sweet is incorporated, it does not mean that it has to be sugary. Sugar is not the only sweet. Then comes sour, and it has amla. Amla is the best sour food one can have because it cannot cause any acidity or anything which otherwise sour things can cause. So lime and amla can are sour. Then comes pungent. So chilies are definitely part of pungent. Onions are, and they are good for some. We need all 6 days to have a balanced meal, and they do work on uh, different functions of the body, how it is being performed. So I'm not going much into details because it's too much to absorb in one go. But just on the gross level, what all are there? So astringent are the fruits, peels of the fruits, and you can see here parsley is astringent, saunf, fennel seeds, they are astringent. What else? Yeah, it will come to me. So these are the common in day-to-day life we use for astringent flavor. Then comes bitter. Karela or bitter gourd is definitely one. Then turmeric is in bitter category. Turmeric is astringent as well as bitter, so it's in both. And bitter, again, bitter taste is also needed for maybe for a Vata person, too much bitter food is not good. So tastes are also based upon how your body is, how Prakriti we call in Ayurveda, your basic nature. And then comes salt. Salt is definitely salt which we use, and celery also contains salt. So that is something which is maybe many of us don't know. And when it comes to choose the ingredients, and we have some choices to make, and you can easily switch these things to, like we all are so used to using refined flours like maida or all purpose flour, but using whole grains definitely is favorable for us in long term. And when we are young, we can definitely process more of all purpose flour. But as we age, and many of us must have noticed, if we eat anything made out of maida or white flour, it does not work for the system. You can immediately feel it. Then table salt is nothing but chemical. So instead of table salt, use pink salt or sea salt or rock salt. And switching, these things can be easily switched. It's just more here than here, I would say. And switching can make a huge difference, and you feel good about using these ingredients in your cooking. Then comes, using ghee, sesame oil, coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil. These are all good oils. Grapeseed oil is very good for deep frying. So instead of using safola or vegetable oils, use these oils. Try using these oils and see the difference. And for many of us, dairy does not work. So nut-based milk, almond milk, coconut milk, they really work well. So you should try different recipes with these and see the result and how you feel eating them and making them. Then sugar, definitely white sugar and white flour. I feel consuming any of these is a sin. So you can use jaggery, maple syrup, date syrup, cane sugar instead of white sugar. And I have done, yeah, these ingredients, I have covered them very well in my previous webinar. So I would encourage you to go have a look, and I will also post on the group again, because then it makes sense. You have your right ingredients and then you are using these ideas to create new dishes. And we have been talking about spices a lot past couple of days. So most of the spices are really good for us, but we should know the basic facts about them. So definitely red chilies can make things worse for many of us. So be very cautious using red chili or green chilies. But other than that, cumin, cilantro, fennel, turmeric, black pepper, and and spices are based upon regions. So definitely rosemary, oregano, thyme, basil, they are all good spices, very soothing for the system. And if you have to keep them for long time, when you grind them, I would say don't grind them a big quantity. Just do them maximum for a month, not beyond that, and then grind again. If you're using cilantro or garam masala or black pepper is good. You can use a mill, directly you can grind it when you're using it. But keeping them for a long time, whole spices are okay, but when you grind them, then the shelf life decreases. So use them whenever they are fresh, and they are very good and they are potent. So you might have heard the term, you are what you eat. But we can eat anything, we all are capable. If we are here in this country, we are capable of eating any ingredient we like. Nuts were, a delicacy. Some fruits were delicacies in the previous time, but I would say not now. Everything is so readily available. You can just go get things and you can eat. So this thing versus you are what you digest, because we can not digest whatever we eat. So it is a very, very important factor in our for our system, for our well-being, that so just making note what is working for you, what you can digest. And in terms of digestion, it's not only the food. In terms of thoughts, in mode of entertainment, friends, conversations, meetings, anything. So just pay attention to that. You are what you digest, and you will realize it that the information is all out there, but whatever we can grab, that what we can digest is going to work for us, not the other way out. Yeah. So as I told you, I had to prepare the menu for 5 days, and then I was running my mind all over what all are the good options, because we were serving, the audience was they were meditating the whole day. Food has to be light. At the same time, we did not use any onion, garlic, no chilies, and we did not use any white sugar, white flour. We minimized usage of wheat and dairy as well. But I realize without these things also, things can taste so good, and the food turned out to be really good. And if somebody here was there in those days, can definitely share uh, about that, the presentation, and how you feel very content when you're eating very sattvic food. So these are some breakfast ideas, because I've seen most of us are struggling for breakfast ideas every day morning, because mind is not working fully, and then you have to get something out there. So whenever you have time, and these things don't take time, if you plan a little bit ahead, these things don't take time. So pancakes we make, and we normally make gluten-free pancakes. So gluten-free flour is available if you want to, get the ready-made one. But at home you can make with almond flour, buckwheat, and you will find recipes. These days recipes are just floating around. If you have an idea what you're looking for, you can definitely look for recipes on internet. And I make fruit compote with that. So what I do, I will just this is something you might not find outside, so I'm sharing. So I use little bit of ghee, and season it with saunf, fennel, and then if I have apple or pear or bananas, any fruits, I just chop them and then add them to the pan, which is already hot, with ghee, and little bit of ghee, very little of ghee, and with saunf. And then once it's done, bananas will be done, very quickly, as we all know, but rest of the fruits might take little bit of time. And once they are little softer, you can add some of maple syrup to it. And if you want to add some coconut milk, some cardamom, cinnamon, and the it comes out, that compote comes out of it, is very, very soothing, very tasty. And you can top your pancake with this compote. So it's not purely sugar, it has fruit. At the same time, it does not have any white sugar, it has some maple syrup in it. You can add some lemon to get that, that zing to it. It tastes very good. So try this one out, and everybody likes it, even the kids, they are happy to eat if you try this at home. Then we did red rice poha. So poha we all love, but white poha, because it's made out of white rice, can spike the sugar levels immediately. So, but red rice poha does not. So try this one out. And red rice poha is available in Indian stores very easily these days, organic. So try this one out. And you can make upma not only with wheat semolina, but with millet semolina. And these are also available very easily these days. So just ideas, right? Because you can just tweak little bit and you will see it does not take time, and you have something new to serve everybody and to eat yourself. And we do avocados with rice crackers. Just top the rice crackers with avocados, some cilantro, lemon juice, salt and pepper, and it tastes super. So try this out. Then I make oatmeal in nut milk, almond milk or coconut milk. And this time, what we did rose and saffron flavoring in it, and it was just so yummy. So breakfast we served, and we all loved it. And then we made sweet potato porridge. So sweet potatoes, either you can boil or you can roast them in the oven, and just mash them and add any of the nut milk or regular milk to it. And you don't need to add any sugar into it, because it's already sweet, uh, because of sweet potatoes. And you can add nuts to it, whatever works you can add. Then pancakes, savory pancakes. Yeah, the way we make chila, you can try any millet, ragi, you can try amaranth, you can try buckwheat, and it's little coarse flour, and you just add water to it. And I do grated zucchini or grated cucumber, and some salt and jeera to it. And I make them in coconut oil, and they taste really good with cilantro, mint, curry leaves, amla, and avocado chutney. So normally I that's how I make it. And these are amla is the secret ingredient here, because you can sneak in some amla in your chutneys, which the picky eaters will not notice. So you can try that. And we made ragi malt that for one of the breakfast dish, and it was so yummy. It was just either you can look up for the recipes for this one, but you can roast little bit of ragi in ghee, and you can add any of the nut milk to it with some cardamom and nuts, and it tastes really good, and it's very good thing to have for breakfast. So these are few of the breakfast ideas I'm just giving out, and you can try and let me know how it goes, what you try, and how did it go. And few Indian theme, and this is not traditionally we will serve, so that's why I have put those things here. So so we made moong dal khichdi with jowar or sorghum or buckwheat. Normally, I make it at home with these items. You can try. It tastes really good and it's very creamy. At the same time, it does not, taste like regular khichdi. So it gives a variety. And we do khichdi at least, twice a week for lunch, and that gives people want to fast, but fasting does not suit everybody. But this is the best way to detox, observe detox once a week or twice a week. You can easily do that. And regular way, how you make khichdi. Normally, I use either yellow moong dal or the green moong dal, the split being. But with buckwheat, the whole grain of buckwheat, I have made with the whole moong dal and it tasted really good. So you can try that too. And I normally make sambar with moong dal instead of tuar dal, because tuar dal again cannot it does not work well with many of the systems. So I do moong dal sambar and it's very light for the system, and you can easily eat it for dinner as well, because dal normally we does not recommend eating for dinner time. But moong dal is definitely, it's very light on stomach, so you can eat it for dinner. Then I use hand pound rice, which is in between the, that rice, brown rice and the white rice. And this is a good compromise, not eating white rice, but hand pound rice. It takes a little longer to cook, but you don't compromise the taste. That's what I can assure you. And we made, instead of, paneer peas or mutter recipe, we used tofu. And I know Yasha is here, her daughter loved this dish. And coming from a kid, it was really special, because kids generally they can be picky, about paneer. But we used tofu and it was very good. And the in the base of the curry, because we were not using any onion or garlic, or for that matter we did not use much of tomatoes as well. So the curry had some of the that chickpea flour or basil in it, and it gave it a nice texture, thick gravy, and it tasted really well. So you can try that. We made quinoa pulao, or you can make quinoa salad. Salad I do with beets, some arugula leaves, and tahini. Tahini dressing I use in quite a bit of dishes, and it's very easy. Tahini you can find organic tahini. Add some lemon juice, some olive oil, some maple syrup, and salt and pepper, and you can dilute it with water, and it tastes very good in salads. So you can use tahini dressing in quinoa salad as well. And you can make quinoa as pulao, like we use with rice, or fried rice we make instead of fried rice, fried quinoa, with sauteed vegetables, add quinoa and some spices. And we did AVL. I know, being I grew up in north part of India, so I was not aware of it. Many of the folks who are from southern part, there must be. But veggies, and with buttermilk is added to it. Buttermilk is definitely good to consume if we can find the right source, or if we make it at home. So AVL is like some vegetables cooked in buttermilk and with some spices. And we did North Indian style korma with coconut based curry. That was really good. It was a very good dish. Then we did corn kosambri salad. As you can see in the picture, the colorful salad on the right top, that is corn kosambri. It had some moong dal, it had corn, it had carrots, and you can look up the recipe on internet. We did pineapple goju. It was a little sweet dish. It went really well with rotis or rice. Then we did millet idli or appe. I make them normally at home. I don't use rice. I'll use millets. So you can prepare the batter or you can get it. It's also available at least in Bay Area. And we did millet rotis, jowar rotis, and everybody loved it. It did not taste much different than the wheat roti. So you can try these things in Indian theme, but definitely with a twist. Then we did a Mediterranean theme, and again, no onion, garlic, no chilies, very less of tomatoes. And whenever we use tomatoes, we take the skin and the seeds out of tomatoes. Then it's more palatable and more soothing for our bodies. So, so we did soup with pink masoor dal, celery, spinach, carrot, and roasted vegetables with, and as you can see, I we use a lot of pumpkin, sweet potatoes, um, zucchinis, squashes. So those vegetables are definitely all the seasonal vegetables, carrots. We did not do bell peppers because bell peppers can be very acidic for few of us. So we did not do any of that. So we used parsley, oregano, salt, black pepper, and lemon juice seasoning in that roasted veggies. And we did rice with veggie broth, herbs, saffron, and topped with almonds and raisins. And it looks really good and it tastes also very good. So salad with tahini dressing. Tahini, I just shared the recipe and you can also look it up. It's very easy to find and that dressing also tastes very good and it's very suitable with many salads and recipes. So one day was Mexican. We did not do blue corn tortillas that day, but we did the white one. But I do make blue corn tortillas at home out of masa harina, which is I find them. But I find this flour in Whole Foods, so you can look for it, and it's very easy to make. It does not take time, and fresh tortillas they taste really really good. Then again, stir fried veggie. So mostly you will see, we are balancing because in today's world, grains, protein, veggies, and fiber. So we are covering all those parts into it. Salsa had mango, cilantro. I've just added onions for this audience, but we did not do any of these onions there. Some corn and pureed black beans because black beans again if you are having it in pureed form it's lighter for the system, and we did rice with cilantro and lemon. So this was Mexican. Then comes Italian. So basil pesto was made out of fresh basil, pine nuts and walnuts, and some olive oil. And we did gluten free pasta. So it was because then we had to serve to so many people and people were in silence so they could not speak. So but we have to make sure we are feeding them things which are working for them. So many people avoid gluten these days. So this pasta came out very well. And then we did that sauteed vegetables with basil, rosemary, thyme. So these basic herbs, but the flavor was so good, and the vegetables, everything just went well. And you can see picture; it was very colorful meal. And minestrone soup with beans, celery, spinach, and carrots. So we are covering all the vegetables along with beans. And I'm sure you are familiar with these, but I'm just adding these here because then we get an idea, how we can do things little bit differently, but everybody likes it and it's very light for the system. That's what I would say. So yellow curry we did with tofu and vegetables. Rice we know used hand pound. So this the brand I have put the noodles. These are the gluten-free noodles and they are available in Costco. And we just did the noodles with fresh basil. So no marinara or no those kind of sauce. This was all freshly made. And then we have salad, and this had like olive oil and
Shivani, I had a question on noodles. Not sure if this is a good time or maybe late.
If it's a quick question, you can ask. It's easy to answer that way.
Yeah, so I actually have been using these noodles. So when I boil them, they kind of break. Is that you also experience that or no?
Break in the sense.
Like when I try to saute it with vegetables, they kind of start breaking. Well,
So what I do, I just they come like a cake, right? So I just add them to hot water
right.
and then I cut them with scissors. Once they are little boiled, I
Oh,
use scissors to cut them inside the where I'm boiling it, and then
okay.
I put it through a strainer and then I wash them with cold water once they are
Uh,
done. And
oh, okay.
then later they do not give any problem. They are very easy to use.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, I'll try to follow
They're
that.
very good noodles.
Yeah.
They have replaced, I think we used to eat Maggie a lot, but now I don't crave for it because these noodles I can use in any way I like. So,
Shivani, where do you get millet poha? Because I've been looking for that.
a millet poha, sometimes Indian stores have it, and
Um,
there are few vendors. I think you can use Lemon Hat app
okay. Yeah.
and
Okay.
they have it,
Yeah.
but I agree with you, it's not very easy to find. Sometimes you get all the variety, sometimes nothing is available.
Yeah, I've been looking for the last month and I'm not able to find any in the Indian stores.
Okay, maybe a different Indian store then.
Yeah, I'll try. But if you have recently bought or anybody else, let me know.
Okay,
Thank
sure.
you.
And then comes dessert, and we all, crave for desserts. I know we served some desserts during the retreat, though it is not advisable, but some, healthy desserts, which are really, small bite of it can make you feel so content. So we did dates, nuts, sweet. That is again, you can find recipes on internet. You don't have to add any sugar to it, and it has all good stuff. We did coconut jaggery, just coconut and jaggery. It was just amazing. And then I have tried these cookies. I'm just putting the main ingredients out, and you can see very easy recipes are available. Almond meal, maple syrup, coconut oil. That's it, nothing else. You can add based upon your liking. You can add some maybe vanilla or cardamom or rose, anything to it, and they turned out to be so good. And they are very quickly made. And then meal, maple syrup, and tahini. So I added some tahini to it, and these are all recipe. You start looking, you'll find, and things taste very good, and they are very I think we should consume these things because sesame is really good for us, almond is good for us, coconut is good for us. So definitely go for these cookies. They taste wonderful. Then I do make, I roast some any millet, ragi, or I do besan sometimes, sattu. Just roast them little bit with ghee, and you can add edible gum or gone. You can add powdered nuts, or you can add pieces of nuts, whatever is liking. And if you are finding it hard to bring them together, add some coconut milk to it. They come very quickly, and you can make like a sweet. You can just put it in a platter and they settle down. You can cut them as a sweet and you can eat them. And this one I tried, my sister shared this recipe, sweet potato, again roasted or boiled sweet potato. You can add some coconut milk into it, some nuts, some cashews, and you might not need any sugar because sweet potato and coconut milk, everything has its own natural sugar. But if needed, you can add some good sugar, coconut sugar or maple syrup, depending. And you can just make pudding. You can individually pack them, top it with some nuts, saffron. It tastes really good, and you don't miss any of those store bought sweets we are used to eating always. They always have white sugar, most of them, but you can try these things out. They're very quick to make. You can keep them for some time, and everybody should just feel good about it. No, don't feel deprived that okay, we are not doing any sugar, so what do we do for desserts? And as you can see, I have not used milk in any of these, just ghee. And so if you are good with milk, you can use regular milk instead of coconut milk or almond milk.
Shivani, one quick question.
Hmm.
Millet nuts, coconut milk sweet. What did you add to make it sweet?
I sometimes add jaggery or dates or coconut sugar. I means I keep changing. I can.
Okay, okay, thank you.
And if you have to use date sweet, what you can do, you can take the pits out. I would not recommend using the dates which are already pitted from the store, because I've heard bad things about it, how they do the process. So get the dates with the seeds inside. You can do that. Dates are so soft, you can just take them out very quickly, and then you can soak them in hot water, let it cool down, and then you can easily mash it. It will become like a syrup.
Thank you.
So you can add that to your kheer. I do kheer, I forgot to put it there. Rice and coconut milk or almond milk kheer. Everything comes out very well. So you will try and you will realize it's not that hard. So yeah, I covered the ideas that we can do our best to get the right ingredient, all organic, all natural, from the right source, fresh. But when we are eating, just don't keep any doubt in your mind. So this is what I have done, and that's best for me and my family. And now just surrender. Okay, we say Annadata Sukhi Bhava. That is, we are sending our thanks, our gratitude, whomsoever has worked to get this food to our table, and eat with a smile. And this is a shlok from, this is a saying in Gita, Bhagavad Gita, that when we say before our before we start eating, we are blessing our food. It's like it's part of the whole creation, and we are also part of the whole creation. So that's what it means, that we are just whatever is offered to us, we are taking it with gratitude, and with no prohibition, no hesitation that okay, this is not organic, this is not the cooked in the right way, but we are just very content. Whatever is served to us, we are ready to take it. So I will just read it, and I will encourage you to learn this. I'm still learning, so but yeah, I'm working on it. So I'll just say this once. ब्रह्मरापणं ब्रह्महवि ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मेव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिना.